Hello, my sweet Yammie. Today I'm going to be hand selecting motorcycle gear that I think will be best for beginners. Now, what makes certain gear better for beginners than others? Well, a few things. One, beginners are usually on a budget, so as much as I'd love to recommend a $700 Dainese leather jacket to you guys, it's probably not realistic. So we'll find things that are affordable, look cool, and will keep you safe. 2. Beginners are usually buying the whole kit and caboodle, and by that I mean a helmet, jacket, gloves, boots, and some protective pants, while experienced riders typically start buying nicer pieces of gear to replace older ones one at a time, so the all-in cost for beginners is really important too. Any way you slice it, there's loads of gear out there and it can be tough to choose. That's why we're going to make it easy for you today here on Yammie Noob. I'll be giving you 3 categories for each piece of gear. We're going to do street/sport, adventure/off-road, and classic/retro, since that's a huge emerging market and I know that everyone has a different style and flair. Not everyone's going to start on a Ninja 300. Before we jump in though, if you are a beginner, you're going to want to check out our beginner bike giveaway. We've got a brand spanking new 2019 Yamaha YZF R3 and a Suzuki SV650 ready to give away. Click the link down below on my Patreon to find out how you can support the series, earn additional chances to win, or simply sign up completely for free to win these bikes. Now, let's get to the good stuff. Helmets. Without a doubt, a helmet is going to be the most important piece of gear when you ride. It's going to keep your head safe, which holds your brain, which is what allows you to do all the other non-Rossi worshipping activities you need to do in your life. A quick note, always go into a store to get sized up properly for your helmet. A cheap helmet that fits correctly is always safer than an expensive one that doesn't fit right. Now let's see what's best for beginners. For the sports segment, we've got to go with the Icon Alliance. This is a tried and true helmet. Hell, I even had one when I started riding, and it comes in at just under $200, so it's very affordable for most riders. It's ECE and DOT rated, so you know you have a good lid on your hands and in your head. It comes in some really cool graphic designs as well. I think sometimes riders get a bit conservative when it comes to their helmets, but don't be afraid to get something a little bit flashier. It helps you stand out in traffic, you know. Some key features are a fully removable and washable hydro-dry interior, quick change, fog-free Pro Shield with side plates, rear exhaust ports that prevent heat buildup, removable molded breath deflector, which reduces your shield fogging. The Alliance definitely punches above its weight class for the sport segment. For adventure and dual sport bros, I recommend the Scorpion EXO AT950. Now that name might sound like the latest and greatest graphics card for your computer, but the Scorpion EXO is a solid dual sport helmet. If you like bashing around on dirt roads on weekends, but you ride the bike into work during the week, this helmet has you covered at the trail and on the way to work. Scorpion really did their homework with this one and meshed the best features of a touring helmet with the practicality of an off-road helmet. There's a modular chin bar that helps create some space inside the helmet, while the peak of the front is plenty capable for off-road duty, helps block the sun, and even allows you to wear goggles while riding off-road. It's a great choice for the dirt bros. And for our classic or retro bros, I gotta go with the Bell Bullet helmet. Now the Bell is a bit on the pricey side at $399, but classic looks sometimes cost a bit of a premium. As a Ducati Scrambler Desert Sled owner, ask me how I know. The important thing to look out for in classic gear is making sure that it's not classically designed in terms of safety. I really don't think it's a good idea to compromise safety for style, so make sure the retro classic gear you get is safe too. And the Bell Bullet helmet is one of those. This helmet is actually derived from the original Bell Star, which is the world's first full-face helmet, so there's a reason it might look familiar to you. It's DOT and ECE rated, so rest assured this lid's gonna keep you safe and will keep you looking retro cool. Now, onto our next segment, jackets. Jackets serve 2 purposes. Obviously, they protect you from slides and crashes, but they're also there to help air flow through your body and help keep some storage options too. Let's see our picks. For the sports segment, Alpine Stars has you covered with the Viper V2 Air Jacket. I went with the textile because I think unless you live in pretty cold climates, textile is the way to go for 80% of riding duties. Here in Texas anyways, you can get away with riding with a textile for about 9 months out of the year. The Viper V2 is a solid pick at a solid price, and with Alpine Stars, you already know they're going to have your back in case of an accident. Now, sport fit jackets are going to come with more aggressive cut fits because they're designed to be used on twisty roads when you're tucked into the bike having some fun, so expect this one to fit pretty snug on your body. For our dual sport and adventure riders, our choice is the Revit Airwave 2. When it comes to dual sporting, adventuring, commuting to your local Starbucks with a light drizzle, whatever it is you classify as an adventure these days, one of the main points is keeping you dry. So along with your jacket, definitely think about a rain cover or liner for your jacket as well. The Revit Airwave is designed to keep you nice and cool on a hot day, with airflow as its main design consideration. At a really decent price point, available in loads of colors, and an understated yet sophisticated look, this jacket should serve all your needs for adventures or commutes. For our retro and classic boys, we went with the Street and Steel Scrambler jacket, sold at a super reasonable price point, great looks, and serious protection. You'd be crazy not to go with this one if you're into the retro classic thing, or you just want to look stylish on the way to the office. It's wind, water, and abrasion resistant. It has a removable insulated liner and removable CE rated armor, which is the important part. As far as retro gear goes, you really can't go wrong with this one. Although it only comes in brown and light sandy washes, you'll definitely be able to make this jacket look good on your ride. Our next category is gloves. Gloves are incredibly important not only because they'll keep your delicate little fingers safer in the event of a crash, but they are the layer between you and all of the controls on your bike. I highly recommend going into a store and trying out gloves, because if they're not working for you, you could be massively compromising your ability to operate your motorcycle. Now, let's check out our picks. For the sport rider, you should go with the Alpinestars SMX Air V2 gloves. Now, the elephant in the room here is whether you should go gauntlet style or short glove style, and honestly, it's personal preference, but unless I'm at the track, I don't really love using gauntlet style gloves, but I really recommend going to a store and seeing what you enjoy. The SMX Air V2 is a classic sport glove that will provide plenty of protection and give you that rewarding, crisp feeling on your controls. For our adventure bros, I recommend the Revit Fly 2 gloves. Revit has been killing it lately, investing loads into new technologies and segments, and it shows. There's a reason we rank them so high in our gear brand tier list video. The Fly 2 gloves feature perforated goat skin, which makes them look really nice and premium. They also have what Revit calls a Connect fingertip, which means you don't have to take the glove off to use your phone, which is a really handy feature. And for our retro boys, we have the Dainese Blackjack gloves. Even though Dainese is most well known for their sport and premium offerings, the Blackjack glove comes in at a really reasonable price point. It looks awesome and provides the protection you're going to need on the road to go in style. For our retro riders and classic dudes alike, this is a must-have glove. Now we move on to pants. Pants are a bit of a controversial topic in the biker community. While I don't think you absolutely need super armored pants for street riding, it's a great idea to have them. If you're just starting out, I think you can get away with the solid helmet, gloves, jacket, and boot combo, but make sure protective pants are on your list, because fashion leather is going to get torn up like tissue paper when it meets the asphalt. Let's look. So this might be controversial, but I think the Ugly Bros Motorpool pants are a great option for sport and retro riders. They're a bit of a do-everything pant, and they are in fact the pants that I wear. With elastic and articulation in the knee, abrasion-resistant material, removable knee and hip armor, these are some stylish pants you can wear for nearly any kind of riding. I've owned several pairs of these, they hold up great, and they look awesome. I get comments about them nearly every time I'm out riding with people who want to know where I got them and what they are. Don't sleep on the Ugly Bros. However, for our adventure boys, you're gonna want to check out the Alpinestars Raider Dry Star pants. When considering dual sport riding, you have to contend with mud, sand, water, gravel, and all kinds of nasty stuff, so the constraints for the pants are gonna be very different than our urban riders. While they are designed with adventuring in mind, these technologies do translate really well to a super capable commuter pant as well. You can tackle any kind of weather with these pants, and they also have removable and adjustable CE armor. It's a great pick for dual sport riders. And finally, we come to arguably one of the most overlooked pieces of gear, and that is boots. Boots are super important because when you go down, usually your foot is the first thing to touch the ground. Your ankle snaps, your toe breaks, and other nasty injuries can be prevented with the right gear. It also makes for operating your foot controls much easier. Let's look. For the sport rider, you can't go wrong with the TCX Rush WP boot. TCX is an excellent and specialist maker of riding boots, so you know you're getting quality. With ankle protection, ergonomic fit for your feet, and even low-profile toe sliders, these boots mean serious business. You can go from commuting to work to tackling a winding road in no time. Definitely check these out if you're a sport-oriented starter. For our adventure bros, we recommend the Alpinestars Ridge 2 Air boots. One of the most important things when it comes to long trips or commuting to work is airflow, and Alpinestars gets it. With an understated look, perforated leather, and all kinds of rigidity to keep you safe while getting through some trails, the Alpinestars Ridge 2 will be a great option for adventure or dual sport guys. And finally, our last recommendation, the TCX X-Blend WP boot for the retro classic rider. Classic and retro riders will typically slap on a pair of Doc Martens and call it a day for their ride, but the ankles, shifting feel, and overall engagement with their motorcycles would be better with a proper boot. The TCX X-Blend WP boot is going to give you all the retro classic look you want without compromising safety. It's got a waterproof lining, reinforcement on the ankle and heel, and the combat boot look you're probably craving for your retro rides. And that's gonna wrap it up for today. I hope this video helped you find some items that can start your motorcycling journey. Remember, you don't need to break the bank when it comes to buying gear, but you shouldn't get the cheapest stuff you can find, especially for helmets. Let me know in the comments section below what kind of gear you got, or if you own any of these, or what kind of rider you are. Are you a sport rider, commuter, ADV, dirt bike bro? I do love hearing from you guys. And I gotta hit you up that if you want the chance to win a 2019 Yamaha YZF R3 or a 2018 Suzuki SV650, click the link below in my description to learn about these wonderful bikes. They're both brand spanking new, will be given away to 2 lucky winners free and clear. So check that out. Thanks again for watching. Tune in next time. I'll see you later. Fact: the cruise liner Queen Elizabeth II moves only 6 inches for every gallon of fuel it burns. And you thought Hummers were bad. Goodbye.